A video of Kamala Harris warning us what Donald Trump would do when he became president is trending. Check it out.
Donald Trump intends to use the United States military against American citizens who simply disagree with him. People he calls, quote, the enemy from within. America, this is not a candidate for president who is thinking about how to make your life better. This is someone who is unstable, obsessed with revenge, consumed with grievance, and out for unchecked power.
So as you saw and heard there, she was basically saying that he would use the United States Army against citizens and people who disagree with him. And it surely does look like he is doing that, as we know that he has federalized Washington, which means that he has taken over the police department there. He has also sent in National Guards. He did it in Los Angeles as well. And he's talking about doing it in other parts of the country, right? One of the reasons he's citing is, oh, crime is at an all-time high and we got to do something about it. And then, of course, we've seen him weaponize different departments that he had no business weaponizing against a whole host of other people. Okay, great. I will definitely concede that Trump is doing that. But Miss Kamala Harris, you mean to tell us you knew all of that? And we know that you did because you said he was going to do it. But yet, instead of really putting forth stuff that people will vote for, you ran around the country talking about unaliving babies, right? Oh, women should have the right to do this, that, and the other. And all of that, especially in our communities. But yet, you didn't think about, well, people ain't really feeling that too much. Now, were there people feeling the unaliving of babies? Yes. But there were a lot who were not. Okay. The next thing that you were championing was illegal immigration. Yes, you were, because you were the vice president of the United States under Joe Biden, where y'all kicked those doors wide open and let everybody come in that wanted to come in. And they didn't just come over here and say, okay, thank you, I got it from here. They got housing, they got food, they got phones, they got health care, they got education. In some cases, they was buying houses. And yet you didn't care about that. You didn't care that most Americans was like, listen, y'all doing too much with the illegal immigration, right? Because in a lot of cases, especially like in Chicago, the immigrants were getting things that the residents weren't getting. And the residents there was like, hey, we don't like y'all moving them in our neighborhoods, specifically the black neighborhoods. But Brandon Johnson, the mayor there, was like, well, what you want me to do about it? I don't care, right? He was going down the hill of making sure the immigrants are taken care of. And he's still kind of low key doing that, right? He's going back and forth with Trump and them, Tom Homan talking about you not coming over here. We're going to protect the immigrants and all that other stuff. But Kamala, that didn't matter to you at all. Another thing that you did, especially at your campaign rallies, was joy and vibes. Joy and vibes. We're going to bring back the joy and vibes. Oh, there's just no joy in politics. Listen, didn't nobody care about no joy. In politics, what people cared about was being able to put food on the table and a whole host of other things. Now, I also will concede, yeah, food prices are definitely high. And some would argue that they are higher than they were when Joe Biden was in office. But again, you knew that Trump was going to do all that, but yet you offered nothing that people could really get behind. It was to the point to where a lot of people was like, yeah, I'm going to sit on the couch, but I will not vote for you. A lot of people said, I cannot vote for Trump either. A lot of people did vote for Trump. But you knew all of that, again, with that warning. And yet you decided, well, you know what? Let me bring Megan Thee Stallion to some rallies and let her shake a little something and all that other stuff. Glorilla and the people we just really didn't care about, right? But that was okay with you. And another thing you did was you kicked black people in the tailbone. How so, you might ask? Well, you weren't offering anything specifically for black Americans, even though we were asking, right? Now, y'all know we've been asking for reparations for a very long time. Ever since our ancestors left the plantation, we're like, hey, what about our money? But there was a time where you said, I'm not going to do something that's going to specifically benefit black people. No, right? You did that. And then you got mad when you learned that a lot of black people's like, I'm not voting for Kamala this time. So then you came up with the last minute, the black man plan again. That was for everybody else as well. So it wasn't even really for black men because everybody else could get in on it too, right? They can get little weed benefits and just nonsense if you ask me, right? Because normally when you include everybody else, that everybody else gets, but the black people do not get, right? Like these all lives matter plans that the Democrats like to offer to us. So the other thing is that you knew that Joe Biden wasn't suited for the job all the way up until the last minute because you got in, right? You even run around the country talking about the book you're promoting 107 days or whatever it's called. So yeah, you had 107 days to try to run for the presidency of the United States, while all the days before that, y'all, when I say y'all, I mean the Democrat Party was denying that Joe Biden had any issues. Now, to this moment, nothing has been confirmed, although some people say, yeah, he ain't all the way there. But a lot of us could already see that, and y'all didn't care. And so then, Kamala, if you're listening, you got in, you didn't get primaried or nothing, and people took issue with that. Like, wow, you just walked on into the candidacy, right? Again, and you were probably as close to him as anybody, and you could see that Joe Biden, his elevator didn't always go up to the top, right? And of course, that became more apparent when he did have a debate against Trump. Then it was just like, yeah, this, he ain't going to be able to do it. And y'all couldn't hide the fact that it was something going on anymore. So you co-signed all those things and admitted that you knew yourself that Donald Trump will go in there and do all that stuff. And you didn't try to change course at all. You just kept on going full speed ahead. And here we are. So I say all that to say, Kamala, you share a lot of the blame for this as well. So it is what it is at this point. Y'all let me know what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel.